finally got it figured out. So we got it out. Just gotta take this top part out. Now that we got it, got this little top piece out. It's a pain in my ass, but you're gonna start removing like each and every individual layer. This would be the first one. I'm gonna kind of show you on both. First layer here, and this is the way that it would go like back on top. You like match the whole piece with it. Looks like a little face or a little Mickey Mouse on there. But you can reuse these and rinse them. I reuse them a lot of times and they're so good. You just run it under my tap water and just keep mixing it. I do utilize a strainer so it's easier. So I'm not dropping any down my drain. So I'll take the first layer and I'll put them in order so I could remember, because my brain, I just suck at remembering something sometimes. So I'll put them like on my counter in a specific order that they come in. So I'll show it to you in the back. Copyright. Anyways. Put it like close to here. So I'll take one. This is like the second one. Here's the second one. So 1, 2, and 3. This is the bottom. Get that out. So this is what the bottom part looks like. Okay, this is what the bottom part looks like. This is where I put my activated carbon. It's in that bag, and then you'll see like the blue cartridge that's right here too. And yeah, there's that. So what I'm going to do is rinse this sucker out first. It's okay to get all of this part wet. There's nothing to do with the motor here. Just don't get the top part of the other part wet where the top part of the canister was. Sponge. Gotta get my sponge. Okay. Too hot where it's unbearable. I like hot water, but not for burning my hands and skin off. Get all those damn detritus worms out. Nasty. I'll just sit, clean it. Do not use soap when you clean your fish tank stuff. Do not. You can use baking soda or vinegar. That is a good, safe, clean agent for fish, if you didn't know, and it helps with the water. Okay, clean that out better. Get all that gunk and slime out. A lot better that way. Let's get it out. What are you making? Hello. I'm cleaning my fish tank canister, and it's a 75-gallon for my Oscar fish. So I'm making it clean. Gotta get it done. It's the Forza F7 UV canister filter. That's what this is. Oh wow, your message page. Thank you. I have like man hands, honestly, in comparison to my face, but my hand, he's almost as big as my hand, and I got him when he was like this small. So I've had him for almost 3 years now. I think I might give TikTok a break and then go live on my Facebook again. So I'm cleaning the canister filter right now. These are like the pieces that I got that is with it. He is doing great. He is doing great, honestly. Yeah, he's sitting there in a bucket right now because I'm doing 100% water change. And I know some fish keepers will attack me for that, but I promise you, if you use the right deals like bacteria that you add back into your tank, you can. It is possible that your tank will cycle within 1 day. It doesn't take weeks, it doesn't take months. You could do 100% water changes. It's not going to disrupt your cycle. As long as you put in, I use the CCAM deal, and the CCAM is the one to, the prime is the dechlorinator for your tank. So when you're using tap water, then that way it's not dangerous for your fish in the water. But then there's the stability, that is the beneficial bacteria you're adding into your tank. I let it cycle for 2 to 4 hours, and then I'll reacclimate my fish to the water after it's done cycling within the 2 to 4 hour range from the bucket that he's in when I do 100% water change. Then I put him back in and he's happy. Like, his colors are so bright. He's healthy fish. You know, I've done this with all of my fish and they've had no issues. But I also use API aquarium salt as well. Extra vitamins, minerals into the water, electrolytes, stuff like that. So it keeps them in check and healthy. Do you put additives to stabilize in the, yeah, so it's the, what I was saying, it's the stability. I'll get the container to show you in a second. It's the stability and prime. Stability for the beneficial bacteria, so it can take care of the bad bacteria, eat all that, and then stabilize your water, watching for your pH balances out in your water. So then the prime, let me go get it and I'll show you. Nice, yeah, do you put it? Oh, thank you, I appreciate it. Give me 1 second. Okay, so this is the salt that I put in the water. You do your measurements based off the size of your tank. This is the API aquarium salt. I'm sure it doesn't matter the brand, but I've had such good, no problems with this brand, so I just like to match the brand with all my things really. So API with the salt and then the test strips. These are the ones that I've always used. I don't use any other ones, but honestly, these were great. Had no issues with these. These help me to know my nitrates in the water, the GH, general hardness, the carbonates, however you say that, in the water and all that. I have test strips for my ammonia, which is separate, but this is also what I add to my fish tank. This would be the activated carbon. This is for keeping your odors that you don't want that fishy smell within your tank out. So it seeks any of that. You just want to make sure that you change this. You know, I let this go 3 months, no more than that, and or else it will just re-leach all the bad back right into your tank and it could poison your water and kill your fish. So this is activated carbon, again, for odors. And then this is the stuff I was telling you about. This would be the stability. This is adding the beneficial bacteria back into your water. So it goes through, eats the bad, stabilizes and balances out your water. You won't have any issues, and you can put your fish in, plants in the same day. It is honestly, like, at this point, a myth where fish keepers are going to attack you and say, you can't do 100% water changes. It's just not possible. Yes, it is. I can prove that to you. I've done it for years. So I'm going to go live on my Facebook. I'm going to cut this out. Hold on, give me 1 second. But this is the prime, okay? And then this is the one that dechlorinates your water, because you don't, again, want to just put fish straight into tap water. That goes for all fish, honestly. You can kill them that way. And of course, alklimation is so important too. Before you put them in the water, it's 1 drip per second. Or, you know, like I use a little syringe and then I'll just do a couple drops every, like, you know, few minutes or so, and then until it's like 45 minutes to a little over an hour. That's when I know that they're acclimated, and then they're not going to go into shock once you put them in your tank. So this is the prime. This is a CCAM, however you say it, dechlorinator. It detoxifies ammonia, nitrite, and nitrates, and it removes chlorine and chloramine from your water. So this is a must. And then this is the stability I was mentioning to you. This is the, again, I already went over it, but I'll say it again so we could read it together. It rapidly and safely establishes biofilter, prevents new tank syndrome. So it is so good and it is very beneficial. I recommend these things. So anyway, I'm gonna start getting into cleaning my filter and getting into that. I'm just gonna go live on my Facebook real quick as well. Okay, so that way we're good and set, y'all. So here's how we would clean the canister filter. All canisters are not the exact same. Guys, thank you for explaining the items used. Of course, thanks for staying tuned. Hello, Saver, again. I think I saw you earlier, yeah. Okay, so we got these pieces taken out. I need to put this phone on a charger so that way it doesn't die on me. Give me 1 second. Because this one is starting to get low. And I don't want that to happen or it dies on me, you know. I don't want it to die. Hell no. Okay. So, put this sucker on the charger here. This one, it's like, gosh, that picky cord where it like needs to be balanced a certain way. Hold on. Come on. Not directly carbon pods, but you can say cartridges. Hold on. Come on, balance, please, do it. Sorry guys, this charger is just so peckish, you know? Oh my heck. Heck. Come on. Balance, baby, balance. It wants to, but then it's like, just kidding. The struggle is real, y'all. I hate this thing. I hate this cord. I just need to get a new one. But the freaking phone charger inside the phone, you can't directly clip it. So it's sitting on top of like this, but this little cord here is just being picky, and it will shine blue if it's charging, and then it won't if it's not. And it just needs to be angled just right, because that's why I have this one, so it can still charge. Oh, come on. Almost there, almost there, almost there. Sorry guys, this is just probably giving you guys a freaking headache doing this, you know? Let me see here. Do you have other fish that were asked around me? I've had other fish in my past, but due to moving circumstances and the tank size didn't match, so I had to get rid of other fish. But I do just have my one Oscar fish. Thank you for loving my house. I love it too. I do want to get a rainbow shark eventually. And that's really it, because this is a 75-gallon tank and I don't want to stress my fish out if it's not the probable tank size because of how big that these guys get. But yeah, really just a rainbow shark, and then maybe a pleco, but then again, maybe not. I'm just thinking a rainbow shark so he can help me be a good cleanup crew. God, I wish this shit would balance. Balance! I hate this charger, you guys. I really do. Blue. Blue is my favorite color. I know, an eel would be cool. I did actually get, because I manage my son's daycare fish tank too. They let me take over because they had 4 goldfish in a 10-gallon and I couldn't take it. And so we got rid of the goldfish and I gave them my 20-gallon fish tank. And anyway, I want them to be able to, I might bring you guys over here too, so it's easier, so I could talk to both y'all at the same time now that was charged a bit more. I had gotten, it looks like an eel, but he's not. I got the tank black coolie loach. I wanted just a regular coolie loach because they're like yellow with black dots on them and they look like cool little eels. But honestly, I was like, I couldn't find one at the store at the time, so I just got the black one. But yeah, eels would be cool. If I did salt water, I really want a moray eel. That is a goal for me. Like, y'all don't understand. Fish are like my shit. That's my sister's favorite color too. Yep, blue is a good color. I also have Stitch, like from Lilo and Stitch, tattooed on my leg because blue is my favorite color and I love Stitch. If anybody knows me, Stitch is the shit. Stitch is the shit. Okay, I need to get my strainer so I can get this going. I use this strainer when I'm like cleaning out the I can't remember the names of everything, y'all. I honestly can't. Oh, sorry, the charger's like in the way right here. There we go, on the other phone. So when we're cleaning these bio things out, whatever they're called, let's see. I like to put them in the strainer here, so that way it's just easier for me to rinse under my sink as I'm cleaning it. But you see, oh, let me go get those other cartridges real quick. So these are like the cartridges that you use. You want to make sure it matches the same model as your filter. This one is the Forza. This is the coarse filter pad. If anything, I would just get all coarse filters and not even use the white ones, because these hold so much longer and they're thicker and they last a bit more. And they, you know, with water clarity, they're collecting all that nasty stuff, but honestly, it's okay. These ones you get as well with it. So this is the coarse one. You only need one is what the requirement is on the tank anyway, but let me see. Hold on, I don't want to ignore what you guys are saying, so hold on. I was working on a project in Key West and caught a shark. The shark was the coolest thing in there. Oh, do you know what kind of shark it was? Like a bull shark, hammerhead, lemon, I don't know, mako. Dude, makos are scary looking. Those guys are like, their teeth and their eyes, I'm like, oh God. A great white even. What kind of shark did you catch? Okay, and then this one's just the replacement fine filter pad. So, just need 2 of these, 1 of these, and you're set. So because I already rinsed and used these the last time, also to save out on money, I'm just gonna throw these ones in the garbage because it's just completely black now and ugly. We don't need this no more. It was a small shark, not sure. I think the guide said lemon. Oh, it's pretty cool though. Glad he didn't get bit, huh? These Charles ASMR fun lives getting more. Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, I want to do ASMR videos too. Eventually when I start getting seafood boils, I want to do like mukbangs or mukbang, however the hell you say it, and just eat, because I love to eat. And then if I could talk to people and eat, why the fuck not? Anyway, so I'm going to start cleaning this out, getting it done. So then I just like run these under my sink and clean them. Just like with warm water, you know. I'm going to put you right here. So that way you guys can see me cleaning it too. Oh, I wish this phone didn't die so fast and it didn't go on this charger. It sucks, man, it sucks. If I could like maybe put you guys on something tall. Maybe like this bowl. Maybe it can have like better stability sitting on top of there. Oh, I mean, that looks better, but it's just not wanting to balance. It's like, huh, just kidding. What's up? Balance, balance. Give my audience a freaking headache doing this. Come on. Here we go. Yay. Balanced a little bit. Not monthly. I don't clean the tank monthly. I've actually made it to be able to stretch out every 3 months. 2.5 to 3 months, and then I'll do the cleaning then. And it barely has any algae growth. I mean, there's algae growth, but it's not as much as you'd think over that time frame. So yeah, it is recommended that you do keep like clean your tanks or do water changes every 2 weeks, like 2 to 3 weeks. I don't. I found ways to stretch it, so yeah. And the water is like still super clear. The only thing that you see is like algae, but the water, I have no problems with the clarity, especially after utilizing the Purigen one time after soaking my ghostwood for like 32 days, 32 days, and the brown tannins were leaching out. But now I honestly don't have that problem. So when it comes to just using it the one time, it's like it sucked all the rest of the remaining tannins out of it. So I don't have that issue with the brown, because I don't like the brown in my tank. I like it super crystal clear. But anyway, so I'm going to be taking these little bio things, whatever they're called, and I'm going to just be cleaning this under really super warm water. I just like to keep stirring it, and if you need to, just get like your dedicated fish toothbrush, and you can sit and keep scrubbing them. But this time I don't really need to. we're setting. We are good. We are good. Hi, Luce. Oh, I haven't seen her in years. He's showing me he's watching now. Cool. Okay, so I just keep scrambling it, stirring it with my hands. Careful not to drop some shit down the drain. Sometimes that will happen. Carefully reach in there. Well, I guess I could put this on the top so we don't have that problem, huh? There we go. I'm actually going to move this real quick so I'm not splashing on it. You don't want to splash on top of the outer part of your canister or else you honestly mess it up. No, I don't have any of those like items. I do have like a skeleton, like skull. A skull from a skeleton, whatever the terminology. Like I have some decorations, but it's kind of like a TV where you like watch something and then you get sick of watching a certain thing for so long. So I switched out the skeleton because I just had it in my tank. So then I just went with my live bamboo and just like more of a natural look. I want to do all plants, but Oscars, their personalities depends. Like it took me training my Oscar to get him used to the freaking bamboo and then he just left it alone. But then I have these other decoration plants where he can't actually eat or nitpick at them or dig them up from the roots like you can with real plants. So I have my ones, they're on my YouTube channel or on my Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, where you'll see the plants that I have. They look real, but they're not, they're fake, because I like the natural look this time, you know? Let's see, isn't that a cute name? Right. Sorry, is what a cute name. Rinsing those until I feel like I'm happy with it. Shake that shit like your mama gave it to you. Just kidding. So then I'll just put it right back in. But I always make sure you're doing these as you go too, so you don't like forget the steps, or if it helps, take a picture of it so you remember where things go. Cute, isn't that cute? What does that mean? Handle? Yeah, I like natural plants too. That's why I got the live bamboo, but I had anubias, but he ate them. Like he kept tearing them up, and for whatever reason, he just decided, no, I'm gonna leave them alone now. So I got away with having live bamboo, but not all Oscars you may not get lucky with, because they are famous for ripping up plants. Tell you what. So then I'll take these, and then you want to rinse these. Oh, you know what? Let me find that little book. Because I was missing one last time of the coarse filters, I was only able to use like 2, but when it's really you need 3, but it still works just as fine. So it's nice because this is like the little booklet that I have that like shows the order of your canister filter to put things in. So on the bottom from the top, so because see like with what I just rinsed off, which is these, then we need that white coarse filter underneath. So right here, same deal. So what I'm going to do, you want to rinse these all the time, cold water, not hot, not warm, just rinse them with cold. That shows the assembly. Right, it's nice when you can see the assembly. I'm pretty sure koi fish in mostly Japan. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, koi fish are pretty cool. So yeah, it's Japan, because we were talking about koi fish earlier, and I was like, I don't know if it's China, Korea, or Japan, but it's one of those. Koi fish are a popular fish. Something like that. Okay, so once you rinse this off with cold, clean water, it's funny, because that's what my name means, Neosha. Neosha actually means cold, clean water. Rinse it off with me. And then you're just going to go ahead and put it right back in, like this. And then once you get those rinsed off right, we're done. Go ahead and just add those right back in. And spread them out evenly through the coarse filter. Okay? So it looks like that. All right? And then you're gonna go ahead, once you got that all cleaned off, put this right back on the top. Match it with the hole. Make it nice and even, and you have it right back in place. So that's number 1. Number 2, these are the little balls that you're gonna be rinsing off. Again, I use my strainer, okay? We're gonna just pour those little balls in there. And now since this is the other white one, hold on, let me relook at that picture again, the assembly. So even though I have it set this way, like I said, I was missing one of them. Yeah, no, that's right, okay, we're good. Just gonna put this in the sink next door until I throw these away, not dripping all over my shit into the garbage. Combo snacks. Little combo snackety snacks, that's funny. Okay. Now, oh, don't want that missing. Not the outlet, but the plug-in part where it goes into the outlet. So yeah, just keep rinsing and clean this up real good. Get it nice and clean, and you know what I mean. Anybody joining the live, let me know if you guys have any fish or questions. Especially Oscar fish, please let me know. I love y'all. Like, if I can meet people that love the same things as I do, it doesn't just have to be Oscar fish, but just fish in general. It's just nice to talk to people that can actually relate with, you know, what we have in common. It's fun sharing the hobby. Oh yeah, this filtration system is literally fire. I love it. It's so much nicer than having like one of the smaller ones because it's just not as good, you know? So then another white one. We're rinsing it with the cold, clean water. And then once you got both sides nice and soaked and rinsed, kind of just do that so you're not dripping water all up over here, all over the place. Yes, definitely keeps my Oscar happy and healthy. He is definitely a happy little guy, and it makes me happy to be his mother. Okay, same process here. This is number 2, level number 2. Put this in here. It goes around like so. Now we're gonna rinse the little balls, and then we're gonna put them on top. And we're gonna just rinse those same way we did the biochemical things, bio something, the little white tubing things. I just don't know the name for them truly right now, my brain. Like, I know how to do the things, right? I just don't know the names of everything. So yeah, we're just gonna clean the little balls, just keep rinsing them, cleaning them off real good. How I feel like they're rinsed pretty good. Get as much detritus out of this damn thing as I can. God, I hate those worms. They're nasty looking, but they're so beneficial for your tank. That's the thing. They're really good for your filter. It's just not my thing, y'all. It's just not. So once I get those rinsed, same process once again. We're gonna go ahead and put these in here. Can you say some fish that you know? Like rainbow sharks. I've had a couple rainbow sharks learn the hard way that my Oscar ate them when they were super small, because Oscars will eat anything that they fit into their mouth. So watch out for that. I've had albino Corridora catfish. I actually bought one for my son's daycare too, and he's a pretty good chunk size one that I got for $5 at Waterfront. And I've had, well, I just got the Coolie Loach, the black one, not just the regular Coolie Loach. I've also had Julie Corridor catfish, and those guys are pretty cool. They look like little leopards with their little dot patterns. They're really good bottom feeders, and they like to be in groups. They're more of a shy, timid fish, so if you have fish that are aggressive, too big, don't put them in with each other, because they could either get eaten. But the good thing about them is if you put them with a beta fish, and a beta fish tries to get them, like, because I've had this in the past and kind of done my studies, the fish will eventually, like the beta learned to eventually leave the corridors alone because he knew they weren't a threat. They were just on the bottom, and they just leave them alone. Like, they don't want to deal with drama, so they just swim and stay in their lane. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's really it. Now that I got level 1 and level 2, now we're just gonna put this baby right back on the top. Just make sure that they're evenly set down, the little balls, or else it's gonna not fit on correctly, you know? I'll make sure the circles match with each other as well. And it clips in quite nicely. So there's level 1 and level 2. So now we're good. So this is the 3rd level. Yeah, rainbow sharks are cool. It's crazy because the name doesn't match what they look like. I thought it would have been the albino ones because their eyes like look rainbowy or whatever, I don't know. Like they're red, but in reflections they look rainbow. But yeah, rainbow sharks are They're not really sharks. They get their name because of the shape of their body, like their fins. But they're more like a little catfish with little cute whiskers that go around the tank and collect all the food and stuff. Look neat, blue body with orange fins. So no, not that one. They're like black bodies with red fins. And then the rainbow, that's the rainbow shark. And then the red tail shark is just the black, same exact fish, but the fin color is different. It's all black fins and just the one red tail. And then the albino shark is the one that's the albino one. And they also have a white tail, gray tail one too. Can't remember, but yeah, that one. Thank you. I appreciate your support. Thank you, thank you. I just love talking about fish, y'all. Like, I could talk about this shit all day. So, going back to this fish filter here, what I'm going to do, so we're on the bottom now. We're on the bottom when it comes to doing this filter sponge. Now, it wants the blue to be on the bottom, and then there's a white one as well. Now, if you see in the picture here, right here, they already had, this filter came with like an extra level one that already had activated charcoal in it. I wouldn't recommend using that. Just get your own bag and get your own charcoal, because that one isn't really as effective as what they promote it as. So if you look up, Saber, the rainbow shark, the rainbow shark that I'm talking about, it's basically a fish. I think it gets like what, 6 to 7 inches long. He's a good feeder, bottom feeder, or just swimming throughout your tank like a little fish that will capture good, because Oscars have like teeth within their gills. When they're sitting there chewing food and you can hear the crunching, like if you're using hard food like pellets and whatnot, and extra food will pass through the Oscar's gills and then float to the bottom or stay within the tank and making it messy. So always recommend getting like a feeder of some sort. A rainbow shark, red tail shark, gray white tail shark, or an albino shark. Same exact fish. But the thing is, these guys will go and swim throughout the tank and catch those little pieces and eat them. So keeping your tank a lot cleaner, and they pair very well. So I would recommend that fish. But going back to what you said, you mean it's like a shark that looks like a rainbow. It's funny. No, going back, in its name, it states rainbow, even though it doesn't look like a rainbow. I don't know why or how they named that shark, but if you look up rainbow shark, it is a black fish, and he just has red fins. That's all he is. And he has cute little whiskers like a catfish, tiny ones. Rather than corridor catfish have longer ones, like more of like a catfish look. Not as long, but they still have more of like a catfish look than what the rainbow, red tail shark, all that one. So anyway, we're gonna be throwing this guy away because it's nasty. Just gonna start rinsing this one off. Support channels. Thank you. I appreciate support. Okay, y'all. So once we start getting this all rinsed off and whatnot, get all that slime and extra stuff off, you can use a sponge. Helps get that extra debris. Yeah, I see the filter was. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, rainbow shark. That's the only thing that I want for this tank. I mean, I do want a parrotfish, but I just don't want to put my guy under stress having somebody in his territory. Like, I like watching him swim happily, and I'm sure they'd get along after some time, but it's just, I don't want to deal with them nitpicking at each other because they have teeth, and then his gills would be missing or have to grow back, or scales, I meant scales. And it's just, I don't want to stress him out. I want him to have his own tank and feel good, but have a bottom feeder that doesn't want to be in the drama. You know what I mean? So then they start to eventually leave each other alone. Watched one of your videos, and so do you like make tutorial? Yes, I do cooking videos as well. I like makeup tutorials. I only did like one, but that was like my first YouTube video, and I was still learning to edit and stuff. But for my channel to know about me, the thing is, I am a mixture of everything. Like, I will tell you what I like. I'm about motivation. I like talking about, which I'm starting to open up more about it. Like, I went through some mental struggles where people made me feel a certain way. Family, like stepmom drama, stepbrother, stepsister drama, my dad drama, my adoptive dad. You know, there's a lot of stuff. And my adoptive mom, like, just neglectful abuse and stuff. And I tell you what, like I went into a mental state where I didn't want to post, I didn't want to do anything. So if I'm being personal with you, I'm gonna tell you right now, I would love to talk about the stuff that I went through, stuff that I can do to help you so I can, you know, come out of those things. And I've had to learn how to do things on my own, being the adopted child versus other siblings that I've been raised around. And it kind of is like it gave me that mental ability to be like, you know what? I can be happy too. Just do things that make me happy and share it with other people that's actually an audience, you know, that would appreciate it. So yeah, that's me. You'll find everything about me. I just got to start posting and being more consistent more, but yeah. Oh, cooking book. That's pretty cool. How long have you been working on that for? Okay, same process, y'all. Same process. This is the bottom. So we have the blue on the bottom, the blue, and then we have the white one. And honestly, I guess I could just reuse this bag and take the other one back to the store because it's like super big. I don't know if that's a good idea to put back in there. So you're gonna empty, this is the activated carbon. This is what this is that deodorizes your fish tank and stuff. You wanna put this on the bottom of the filter, not the top, but the bottom. That's where everything goes and, you know, starts to absorb more. So I'm gonna empty out this old activated carbon real quick, and then I'm gonna just clean and rinse the bag as much as I can. It still will be yellowish brown, but it is clean. Cleaner. And we're gonna add a half cup of the activated carbon. New, right back in this bag, rinse it with cold clean water. And once we rinse this with the cold clean water, there's still a couple in there, let me just get those out. Yeah, this is what the activated carbon looks like. They look like black little pellets. Little black pellets. And we're just gonna rinse this as much as you can. It's still not gonna look pretty because this bag has been used quite a bit, but it's not gonna affect anything. Just clean it as much as you can, like rinsing it wise, you know? Get all those little extra pellets out that I do not want in there. Old, 2.5 to 3 months old. Let me see. Okay, so this is what the little bag looks like that I use for the activated carbon, okay? And this is what you would use to just put it in there. So that's rinsed out. And it has a cute little squish deal, kind of like a jacket, like a hoodie, so it can close for sure. So I'm gonna measure my activated carbon real quick. Just throw this away. So we got our measuring cup, okay? Take your measuring cup. And so it doesn't matter the brand, honestly. This is just the cheapest that I saw. Save that money, y'all, you know. $5. Waterfront Pets and Such, and if your local fish store doesn't have, they will always have activated carbon, guarantee, but just get that and just to remember the measurements on your tank. So again, 75 gallons that I have. It's gonna be a half cup. So we're just gonna pour that in there. So about right there, okay? Half cup, half cup. Then you pour it in the bag. This is the awkward part. Hold on. Okay. Shake that. Get it in there. Like that. You'll see it's kind of like powdery. You can kind of see it on there. Anyway, you want to rinse this with cold, clean water. Any cartridges, any filters, for your filters, any new things like Purigen even, like how I showed you guys earlier, the Purigen, and especially activated carbon. Make sure you're just rinsing it with cold, clean water before you do put it in your filter or canister filter of that some sort. So yeah, just let it rinse. Just keep stirring it up a little with your fingers. Give it a good rinse. Flatten it out. Oh shoot, don't want to drop any. Hold on. I didn't tighten the bag enough. So yeah, make sure you tighten that bag. Seal that in there. Let me see. And then you just keep stirring it until I feel like, okay, I feel like it's rinsed good enough. Like, let me see. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Shake that down, and then you can, well, spread it so it's like even, and you could fold it over like that. And once you do that, you do it like this. Okay, if you can see it like that. Flatten it just to make it even, and then that's where you put it in your canister filter. Or even if you don't have a canister, that's okay. You do the exact same process, but put it in a regular filter, well, smaller filter that's not the same as this one, and it will look like this. Okay, you just put it like that. This is the bottom part. Thinking of s'mores right now. Are you thinking of s'mores too? Not until you told me. S'mores do sound good though. I just don't have marshmallows, unfortunately, or else I'd make some. Or Hershey's chocolate. Okay, so this is the aftermath. These are what these look like. They're nasty. It's been like 2.5 to 3 months, okay? It's really not that bad, but you could reuse these. I'm not going to. I just like it fresh. The fresher the water, the better. See? All of that. So I'm going to throw these away. Trying to drip all this on my floor. Okay. So now that I got that thrown away, rinse that out. Let me see. Okay, so now we got to do the top part of the filter. When you do the top part, you got to be careful because this is where the motor is. You don't want to get the top part wet or else you can damage the whole canister together. So now this is level 3. We're going to go ahead. Level 3, this goes on the bottom, okay? The activated carbon. And then it clicks in like that. Now you have 3 levels back and you're good to put that back in the filter. I actually have this filter, this part that goes in the canister filter behind this camera right now on my Facebook Live right now. So I'm gonna have to re-angle this real quick. And I'm gonna put y'all right there so you guys can see the visual on the same side as my other live. Okay. So after you're done with that part, I'm gonna just put these in first and then we'll work on the other part. So I like to do it when the sticker's in the front, like this. So the sticker's in the front, right? And then this part's like this. You match that with the side of the sticker. So like this, and then you put it in. You guys could see it, it's kind of hard to, there you go. And it's gonna go in this side. Well, here's the thing. Here's what I should have said. So you don't want to be awkward with this and just drop it in there. Put these one in at a time, or else you're going to be sitting there slamming it down. Honestly, it's just not the right way to do it. So go ahead and just put them in layer by layer. Layer by layer. There you go. That one can kind of go down a little bit more, but it has a little handle grip that makes it easier to put this last piece that's on the top in anyway. So you just hold that in, match the circles with the circles that are on the top, push that down, get that even, put it in where it looks the same like it did before. That's how you get that part cleaned, and you're good to go. So now that hard part is out of the way. It's really easy, honestly. It's not that bad. This is the more hard part. I don't want to get it like wet. Get this little part out of the way, don't get that part wet. This is the top part of your canister where those inlet tubes go in. And this is the bottom. This is what the bottom would look like. So you would have to get a screwdriver to physically remove this top part so you could rinse all the debris that comes up under here and collects in there over time as well. Let me get my rag so I can just dry some parts of the table here real quick so I'm not ruining anything or getting it wet or any of that. Okay, so let's just dry that off real quickly. All right, so doing this top, oh, I forgot my screwdriver, one sec. Sorry, forgot the screwdriver. Okay. About a screwdriver about this size is what you would need. And to remove the screws that are attached to here. I'm gonna do this part first. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So here's the left. Just keep going to the left, to the left. Everything you own in the box to the left. All right, let's go. So now that this is out, just remove that. Now I'm not sure exactly what size that you would call this screwdriver, so don't ask, but this is what it entails. So that way you can remove it. Come on. Come on. There we go. Now we got both screws out. Now this part's gonna come off. Okay? Like that. This is what it looks like on the bottom. So this is what you would do to remove all like the extra, you could see it, bacteria and stuff like that. That's coming out. And then this is like the UV light that's in there that protects your beneficial bacteria. And that's what shines. It will let you know when it's on. It turns purple when you turn it on the top once you set your filter up. This part is twist off and stuff. You could actually twist this out and clean it lefty-loosey. Has a little screw deal right here. Okay, and it gets dirty, so you want to make sure you're cleaning that. If you have like a dedicated scrubby toothbrush or anything like that, I recommend. So get something similar. And then you can just sit and scrub just with water. I mean, if you want baking soda and vinegar, again, you can. Safe cleaning agent. But I'm out and I kind of just got to stick with my water. So here we are. Here we are. Okay. Cleaning this out. And hold on, I'm actually going to rinse that out too. I'm going to just put this in my strainer over here. We're going to clean the inside of this too. So I recommend the toothbrush because it has a little scrubby on it. And don't do too hot of water or else you could melt plastic. You don't want to do that. Do super warm water, all of that. So, and this is what I like to use, this little scrubby thing right here. See this? There's these little twist parts that are in here, and this is what you would utilize to get in between these cracks too, to kind of clean. And it helps really get in there, so you know that you're actually cleaning it. So just do that as you're running it under the water, so it's rinsing out as you're cleaning it. Okay, and then once you feel like you got it cleaned good, go ahead and just put them aside with the rest of the cleaning stuff. And here's another part to this canister. Hold on, I got some comments. That actually looks the same. Type of fish you have. I have a red tiger Oscar fish. That is what he is. That's all. get that toothbrush and just really scrub up in there. Rinse, scrub, rinse and scrub. All that nasty slime back out. This part you want to be careful with. You don't want to hit that motor. It's flowing out from the bottom to the top as it's rinsing down. So you just got to be careful. It's my less favorite part, but just dry it. Dry. You're good. Okay, and then this is the other part that you do to take this part apart from here. It's a twist off, okay? And it clips in pretty tight, so it's like tucked under these little layers here, so kind of got to go out this angle here 1 second. Isn't it coming out hard? Did I get it stuck in there real good? There we go. It's kind of hard, but you just got to twist it off. Twist off like that, and then inside you'll be able to see. Just remember how you put it in, of how it comes to be taken out, because you can easily forget which way you put it in. I'm just energized, y'all. I'm in a good mood today. Hyper. You can say that. I guess when you're on the happy streak, you just kind of feel good. You know, I love teaching people. I just never get sick of it. So if you see me like this, I'm like, yay. I've always been like a teacher of some sort. So if I could teach people about like what I actually enjoy doing, it's like going to Lagoon or a ballpark or something. So don't mind my crazy energy. I'm just happy. Okay, so then inside here, that's what you see. Go ahead, stick that in there and clean it. Get it in real good. Just scrub it, get all that nasty debris. Give it a good rinse. Careful with getting this top part wet. If you do, hurry and wipe that sucker. The goal is just not to keep getting it super wet, right? Or really wet at all. Let's just get that off. All right, so now that we're going to be putting it back together, this is the, oh no, this is the way that it goes. Stick that right back in that hole there. And the orange part was sticking out. So it's like a little magnet. You just re-put it back in there like that. Make sure it's in all the way. And then I am really hyper. Are you hyper too? Can you tell me one of your fish? What do you mean by that? Okay. So this part's a little challenging, but if you're able to like see, there's like little handle clip things that would twist it right back in. Just make sure they're both going in at the same time, so that way it holds in place. Because when you go to turn on your filter and this isn't in all the way, then you can make it not work, and it'll start making clickety sounds because it's not secure in all the way. This is actually the top part of the lid that we're going to use to prime the filter. This is that, it attaches to this really, but it goes in between this part here. So first we're going to go ahead and put this back on. This is where it goes on like this. But before you do that, we got to make sure we put this part back in first, right? Because tighten that in until it gets in there like how it was earlier. Just gonna righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So righty-tighty up in there until it starts to go in all the way up until it's at the edge like that. Okay, so now that it's twisted back in, that's where you go ahead and put this top part right back on. And then we're gonna go ahead and put the screws back in, because that's where they go. Is these little holes here. One and two. And we're just gonna use a screwdriver and put them back in. Make sure they're in there as tight as they go. Just to secure that part back in place. Okay. All right, so now she's back on. Screws are right there. We got them. They're set and they're good now. So once you're done with that, go ahead. This is the little part that we saw earlier that we just put in from this area down here. And this is a little twist thing. You can see the little twist pattern in there. It's going to attach to this, and you just go ahead and twist it right back on, okay? Goes right back on because, again, this is the little handle here that you're going to utilize when you put this to prime your filter, which means to fill your tank, the water from your tank going down the tubes that connect to the back of your tank that start, filter the water. This is what you're gonna lift up once it's in here to prime the filter, which is fill up the water into the canister. So now that that part's out of the way, you see this hole right here? That's where this part's gonna go. This part, so it's gonna go in the hole. Now you're done. So then you're gonna clip these sides back on, okay? All secure. Now you're good to go. Now your canister is nice and clean, and you are set. I'm just gonna dry the sides off real fast. Has a little handle, use that. Oops. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm not gonna clean the tubes this time. It's just gonna be a little much. I gotta be up at like freaking 3:30 in the morning to get ready for work. But the tubes are fine. I'm not gonna worry about cleaning that this time. They're still pretty clear. So what we're going to do now is I gotta take you guys back over this way. Hold on. So I gotta connect this filter right back in place where it was. Hold on. Put you right here. Trying to not click on buttons, sorry y'all, hold on. Setting it up on my tripod here. See you in your next live. Bye, thanks for joining. Appreciate your support. Okay, y'all. So back to this part where we're going to put the filter, the canister filter back in place. Guys right here too, right next to it, so y'all can be in like the same view. Let me go get it. Just right here. Okay. How big it is comparison to me. My little baby here. All right. So make sure when you do your canister, this part is in this way because this is where the tubes connect right here. So it's smart to leave a little bucket too when you drain the water. So that way it's not sitting there dripping. Hopefully you guys are able to see. We're putting this back. And then these parts here will just clip right back in here. What I recommend every time though is you always re-lube it with the silicone. This is the Aqua Top brand of silicone. God, that shrimp is smelling my apartment up. I can smell it now. I should have left it outside, but I forgot. Oh well. So this is basically like a Vaseline type of material, and it's not Vaseline though. It's silicone lubricant. So that way for the rings, there's little rings right here. They need to be re-lubricated over time. Oh, I'm actually going to take a rag real quick and clean them. Because they have some buildup over time from the dirty water. I'm going to hurry and just wipe these clean. So that way, when you go to stick these back into the filter, they're not getting stuck or caught on anything. Oops, ow. It will slide right back into place. So you just put some on your finger. Not much, but just enough to re-lube the rings. You want to do this every time. It is recommended or else they will go bad. like that. And once they're lubricated there, you're just going to go ahead and slide that into place like that. And then you press this down, and then that's how you know that it's closed for sure. And sealed back into place. And hold on. Now normally I usually take this apart and clean it too. This time I'm not going to. It's still fine, it's still clear. I'm just gonna leave this alone, because it's just gonna take too much time as well to take it apart and clean it. So we'll leave that alone. Let me see. Now, when I built this stand, there's a little hole that's in the back of this, so it's easier to get the cords out of the way. So I'm gonna just retake the cords, put them back in the back here. And I'm not going to plug it in just yet. And I'm going to leave everything unplugged until I get this part done. Let me see. Wow, you have to really enjoy fish. Yeah, I love fish. Like, I enjoy it so much. It's kind of like, it's not kind of, it is therapy for me. And that's why my son's daycare teachers like finally understood that. I was like, let me take over your guys' tank, because they didn't know how to really do it. And they're just like letting these fish like, oh, we'll just flush them down the toilet, stuff like that. Teachers would joke. I'm like, why get something if you don't care about it? Let me do it. Just let me do it. Let me do it. Hi. Okay. Next step. I know it's a lot, guys, but going to clean the wood and all of my pieces that go inside the tank. So before I fill her up, I'm going to go ahead and add that first. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So, hold on. I really got to readjust this camera real quick. But yeah, this is the stuff that I need to clean. Hold on, let me do my other camera at the same time. Okay. So, yeah, this is the stuff that I need to clean. There's my ghostwood fishnet. These are the top part for the lid cover and all that. I'll need to clean that, add it back. I need to clean some of the algae off the leaves that have grown on there, just gently wiping them. And there's my baby. He's sad, but he's hanging out in this bucket and he's gonna be okay. We're gonna get his tank done today. So while he hangs out in there, we're gonna take this. Normally I like doing it in the bathroom, but I just wanna do it in the sink today. So now it's easier for my cameras and all that to balance right. So we're gonna go do this right into, don't judge me, y'all. I still have my tree. I still have my tree. I like looking at the lights. Okay. Here we go. So, putting you back up, putting you guys back up. Okay. What we're going to do now, oh my gosh. Gersh. Okay, I gotta like put you guys back on the charger. So, put you guys on the side. Bring my tripod back over here. Give me a second, I'll just gotta get the strap set up again. That way it makes no sense with the setup here. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Now we just have to, do you know the song Uptown Funk You Up? Yes, that's by Bruno Mars. Yes, I do know that song. Or Grenade, I like the song Grenade. Yeah, that wasn't my real voice. I'm not even going to try. So, yes, I do like Bruno Mars. And I know that song. Okay, let me bring this bucket over here. Okay. Here's the fun part. Not really, just kidding. Okay, so I'm going to start off with my wood, just to get this part done. It's kind of awkward in my sink because it's super big. But yeah, this is my ghost wood. Just give it a good rinse. And yeah, again, this took, do you know? It's good. Yeah, so we're going to start rinsing this. I'm just going to take this cup and just start pouring over it. I'm not going to do hot water or really warm. It's like a lukewarm cold water. That way when you put your wood back into the tank, it's not leaching tannins, because actually getting this wood to be super hot, it will start to re-release its tannins. Though I've done the process and it stays clear. It's just, and it also can mess with the temperature of your water. If you have like super hot and you just put it in your tank, don't do that, because it absorbs heat and it will lift the heat back into your water if you're just allowing that to happen. So yeah, just no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. So I just like to give it a good rinse and kind of just scrub a little bit with my fingers. Just gonna do this. So I just like it. My baby needs fresh, okay? The fresher the water, the better. And when I was teaching my son's daycare teacher with her own tank at her house, because we were able to switch her over from gravel to sand and, you know, get her fish in a better state, I was telling her, I was like, you need to make sure that, what was I going to say? There's just so much with it, but you just need to make sure you're rinsing things properly, because the fresher the water, the better. Again, fish people will come at me, you don't need 100%. Gotten away with it for years. I promise you that. I promise you that. Think of it like a glass of water. This is what I was telling my son's daycare teacher with her fish tank. Now, if you want to do 40% water change, go ahead. If you want to do an 80% water change, go ahead. If you want to do a 20%, go ahead. But the way that I look at it is, if you, especially if you let it go for like 2.5 to 3 months like I do, because I can make it last. And the water's still clear. It's just the algae is the problem. But I still want to make sure my baby has clear, fresher water. So going back, think of it like a glass of water. When you have a glass sitting on your table and it's like, oh, that water's gone bad for a while, right? Think about living in it. Now, when you add new water to old water, is that considered fresh? That's how I see things. So what I would recommend always is, if you do more of a water change, especially if it's at least 100%, think about it like, oh, hey, I got a new cup of water. The fresher the water, the better. And as long as you're adding your stability and your prime or your aquasafe or your safeguard, they're just the same thing except they're just different brands, your fish will be fine. Like, and some other fish like discus, I've never kept them, but I've heard discus fish, those beautiful, like colorful looking flattish type of fish, are very hard to keep with water. Now, I wouldn't know, I haven't tested it myself, but clearly listen to the people that know how to successfully keep them. I don't keep discus, but I've heard they're difficult. But I've kept a lot of variety of fish and done the exact same technique, and I've had a lot of success and had no fish dust. So I think I know what I'm talking about by now. So don't attack me about 100% water change. Okay, I'm gonna go put this in the tank real quick, so it ain't dripping all over the table and all that, so it's an awkward big piece of wood just hanging out around about. I'm gonna put that baby right in the middle. Okay, so I put her in the middle. Now I'm gonna go ahead and move on to doing I'm gonna do this rock. And you can see like it has some algae growth. It's not terrible though. It's just very not appealing to look at. What are you doing? Oh, cleaning my fish tank. I just want a large tank, 150 or more, and only putting them in school or small fish. They need space to move. Yes, depending on the species of fish, definitely. I'd recommend all fish need space to move in general. But if you're not getting such a huge amount of fish, or you're planning on like neon tetras or a beta fish, it's okay to keep them in like literally 10-gallon tank. I wouldn't even say a 5-gallon to be honest though. I'd recommend that, at least 10 plus for those fish, like one beta and a little school of neon tetras, for example. But yeah, depending on the species, that's what matters, of course, and what you're mixing them with, whatever species of fish also matters, because you need to make sure they either have certain hiding spots so that way they can hide and feel safe, or they're just not stressed out because they don't have what, you know, certain fish require to make them feel safe and then want to start swimming happily and freely and entertain you as you're watching the fish tank. So yeah, get your tube brush and just give it a good scrub. Lukewarmish, warm water. You don't need super hot boiling water. And again, no soap, not needed. I would use my baking soda and vinegar if I had it, but I'm out, so it's okay just to run it with warm water right now. It is all good, all good. And let me see. See, I'm just cleaning this rock real quick, getting all the slime coat off and algae and all that. Once you feel the rock is good and looks good, no slime on there no more, you're good to go. I'll just put this in here for right now. It's rinsed out. Then the next step is, this one's kind of a pain in the butt if you let it get super bad. But this is the realistic plant that I have. It looks pretty real from afar, honestly. It's fake for a reason of Oscar's, because he's dinking around with my Anubias that I had that he messed up. But I guess the live bamboo, it's not real bamboo, it's live bamboo, because it can't be fully submerged in water versus live, or else you could kill it. Real bamboo can't do that. So this live bamboo that is a real plant, yeah, he's just not bugging on it, which is good. So I'm like, good, we'll keep that. I've always wanted bamboo, but yeah, just taking this and really just toothbrushing it like you're brushing your teeth. Just getting off as much algae as you can. Oh my God, a piece of freaking activated carbon just like landed on my table and I thought it was a freaking spider. Because it moved. I was about to scream. Glad y'all didn't need to see that. Okay. Just gonna get this boring part. I know it's kind of boring to sit and watch, but it's entertaining for me. Out of the way. Then we'll go ahead and start adding it to the tank. And after I get the tank filled up and whatnot, I'm gonna have to wait a couple hours off the live. And then hopefully rejoin later, but it's gonna be like night time. Because I gotta give it, I wanna give it maybe about 3 hours. I don't need to go up to 4. I could even do 2 if I wanted to, but I like to give it that extra time, up to 4 hours to cycle after adding my prime and stability to dechlorinate the water and stabilize the water with good bacteria to cycle it, and then adding him in within the same day like I always have, but then having to re-acclimate him, giving him about 45 minutes to an hour. Once I'm done cycling the tank, then I add him, and then yeah. It's just a process, but I mean, it's worth it. It is. So just gonna look and see if I got all the algae off. So I know it looks good, and it will be good for a while. Yeah, that's good. I'll just put that in there. This decoration that I got, because I've had comments even on my Facebook when I posted in this Oscar fish group that I'm in, like Oscar fish enthusiasts and stuff. This is the plant that people are like, oh, where'd you get that plant? It's so cool. It's not real though. It looks real. It's not. This was in the reptile section at Petco, if y'all wanted to know. And I thought this would give it a really good look. Just careful not to brush it so hard so you don't like lose the color from it. But other than that, just rub off the, you don't even need the toothbrush for this. You could just rub it with your fingers, running it under like lukish warm water, just to remove and disrupt that algae growth on there. There we go. Get all that algae. Okay, hold on. Get all of it, almost there. Yeah, once we get this part done, it's gonna be, yeah, over and done with. Just go quiet for a minute because my brain is starting to get a little bit of a headache. and getting over being sick, and my head's still, all the mucus building up in my brain, it's just making my head start to throb a little bit, so mind me, it's gonna chill for a sec. Good. I gotta clean my wave maker thermometer real quick. The wave maker is so important for bigger tanks too. Helps keep the flow going when you're pushing water in a certain direction, the way you have your wave maker angled. So that way the fish poop and extra fish food will swish and move throughout the tank to go into the filter, so it's not sitting there in just the tank water itself, floating around, fogginess, and causing issues with your pH levels because it's just gotten dirtier faster. So spikes of ammonia and stuff like that, you just don't want that. So wave makers are detrimental, very, very important for larger tanks especially. You can do it for smaller tanks too, but yeah. They're really good for your fish. It's like having a fan in your water. That's what a wave maker is, if you guys, certain people are unaware of what that is. Here we are. Just get all that slime. But yeah, this is a wave maker. Little 2 fans in there. It's adjustable. You can move it like that. It has a little magnetic back part. I'm gonna dry this part off in a bit, but anyway. This attaches to the back of the glass, outside of the fish tank glass, because it's a magnet, and it sticks so you can move the fan and have control over that without sticking your hand in the tank each time. Gotta get my, oh, yeah, these are what this is for. Toothbrush is so helpful for these things that collect slime and stuff that you have to stick to the tank. It just helps get all that debris off and whatnot for certain pieces that you use. This is the heater that I have for my fish tank. Not all fish, goldfish are very, what's the word, hardy? Not hardy, but very, they can withstand very high temperatures of cold. Goldfish don't really really need a heater. They like cold water shockingly. I mean, it's freaking freezing, not to the point where they're gonna freeze, but you know, they like cold water. Most fish need a heater. Tropical fish usually are pretty good with the 77% or 77 degree Fahrenheit of temperature, depending on where the fish is from. So it's good just to have a preset heater that you can adjust or have it just set at that same temperature, to where if your temperature, like in your house, makes your water colder when the fish need a certain temperature warmer, it will automatically shut off or stay going back in to the 77 degree Fahrenheit range. This one I like. Sorry, I don't know if preset's the right word right now, actually. Preset is where it's already preset to where it stays that one temperature. Because of most tropical fish, like guppies, for example, 77 degrees, okay? My Oscar fish requires, because where he's from, they live in areas where it's more, hey, we need warm water. I keep his at 82 degrees, because if my temperature drops, he's at least at 80 to no more than 78 degrees. So he's very happy and healthy. It usually is stuck with my, if I keep my heater at like 77, then it's usually staying stuck at 80 degrees. And that's where he's happiest. And plus certain parasites at higher temperatures, if your fish were to ever get sick, the temperature needs to stay at 80, like they can go up to 84 about degrees. That could actually help kill like ick parasites if your fish gets ick, or fungal infection. And they get them from water clarity and pH levels and how you manage your water overall. So as long as you're taking care of those things, your fish shouldn't have any issues. But say if something happens and you're in your learning process, it's nice to raise that temperature up slowly, not fast, but within a couple days, not hours, a couple days, so that way they can start to fight off those parasites and they'll fall off their body. So that's another fact that I've learned. But this one, it's nice because it has an adjuster on it, a little twist temperature thing, and I just have it set to where I just want to keep it 82 degrees. And you could twist it. Still have that monster. Wait, hold on. I've got some comments. Hold on. There's one enlarged. Damn, LOL, you probably have the happiest fish in the neighborhood. He's a pretty happy fish. I love him. He's my favorite. Handle. Do you still have that monster cat? Oh, my Maine Coon / Tabby mix. Nala, yes, she's sleeping on her cat tree in my bedroom. She's chilling right now, but I ain't trying to get her because my hands will be hairy. But yes, I still have my other cat as well. My child. My other child. Okay, so fishnet I'll put here for now. Deep clean everything later. This is the part that's kind of awkward to show. I'm gonna have to do this right here. On the other camera, it's gonna be kind of weird angled. How I clean the canopy, the top part, lid here, I will rinse warm water down and scrub the sponge and keep rinsing it in here and empty the tub into the sink. Or you could do the toilet, whatever. But this is my tub that I actually soak my ghostwood in, so I use it very nice for my fish keeping. So here's what I'm gonna do here. That cat is cool. Thank you. I know, she's my baby. I love her so much. How in the hell do I keep freaking forgetting how to switch this? So just like I was showing my other camera that's on live, I rinse this down with water. So I'll just take this basically that y'all can all see. Okay, not super hot or else you're gonna be melting the plastic and cracking the glass, but just warm enough to where it's cleaning it and all that. So if I didn't have my hand in this hand right here, you would see I'd pick up the glass, separate it, and then just keep rinsing this down. And I just scrub it with the sponge carefully, and then I keep re-rinsing it. So that's the process there until I get that nice and clear. And empty the water eventually as I go. Hopefully that stays on. So this camera can see it work. I need to get another tripod stand phone holder so I could do the same process with this phone. Sorry, it's not happening this time. So I'm gonna hurry and just rinse this off. But as long as y'all can see, basically here, I'm gonna just keep rinsing that glass down, holding it, separating that a bit. Careful not to make the glass fall down. I want you guys to be able to see too, because there's just like an awkward angle. Hold on. Hopefully if the phone will hold without this being in the way. They could put it on the top. There we go. We'll kind of put it on the top of that. Hopefully it will balance. It's doesn't want to balance, barely. There we go, it's balancing. Awesome. Okay, so just kept bouncing the floor so much. Watch that fall and break. Okay, so again, this is just what I do. I'll separate these pieces. This is just how I do it. I don't know how any other people do it, to be honest. I don't see any tutorials how you wash these things, but I just kind of came up with this way. And it works, Grab the other one, give it a good rinse, keep the ugly look. Shouldn't be thrown like that anyway. To stay on there, at least I don't want it to stay on there. Then it's where I take my sponge, and once you grab your sponge, just start rinsing it, Oh, this is the side that really needs it. So I'll actually take this out, because this actually broke on me. I accidentally stepped on it on my floor, and my son actually stepped on the other one, so they're both broken. This one's the clips, but I'm still managing to make it work until I can get another canopy. So yeah, because that part's not supposed to slide out. It's supposed to be staying in there. But since it actually came out anyway, you know, just rinse it over there safely, just make it easier. Be careful not to crack that sucker, or else you're screwed. Okay. Let's make that a little bit not so hot. Rinse that under your sink. Okay. Good enough. All right. So then I'll put this like on a towel on the floor. Or you can just put it on top of the hold on. I'm gonna have to use this towel. Alright, so I just put it on the towel on the floor. Sorry you couldn't see that part. It's kind of awkward right with this part, but anyway. Put that on the floor, on a towel, and just come back to cleaning it, getting the edges pretty good. Just be careful not to, be delicate as you're cleaning it so it's not going to get ruined or crack or anything, because glass is very delicate, of course. Clean it like this. And leave that one, and do this one down real quick. Getting all that extra buildup. So this is where I would love to use my vinegar and baking soda, but unfortunately, yeah, I just don't have any right now. But I mean, it's still coming off. You just gotta scrub it real good, all the debris. Just get up in there. I'm gonna do this. Whoops. Look at my boobs. Didn't think about that, sorry. Boob shot. Don't have any, but Okay, and this is where we're just going to re-rinse these. Rinse them down. They don't need to be 100% perfect, but I try my best to try and get perfect. I like it real clean. Plus, the more that you scrape off now and it tries to build up more later, it's not going to be as hard to get off. Get in those cracks. Just got to really work at it. These edges love to get the build up the most. Okay. Alright, I think that's good enough. Okay. Wrap here. Feel pretty good about how it looks. Just make sure you're holding it very nicely and delicately, so that way you don't go and break it. And drip a little bit. Okay. There we go. Re-rinse this one real quick. Rinse it off real good. I'm actually going to scrub this one a little bit more better. Getting those edges. Alright, good enough. Okay, happy with got that, so careful grabbing that. Actually, I had to cut this by myself, a certain angle so it fits where my filters are. But yeah, see, it's a lot more cleaner now. Then I'll just drain this later, the excess water. But now it's time to start adding the stuff back in the fish tank. Okay, let's do this. Oh my God, of course it wasn't charging the whole freaking time. Stupid plug. It's supposed to be charging. It just wasn't. Okay. I'll be back for the other phone. Okay, back. I'm gonna balance you guys right here. Try my best. Just stay. There we go. So I'm gonna go grab the extra stuff. I just got them cleaning. Okay. Put that right on the towel. Okay, so when you're putting your heater in your tank, I like just to make sure, out of habit, just so you know it's working or when it turns on or it turns off, just make sure this is where the light is on this model. So when it heats up, it turns orange. Just make sure that you put this face forward instead of it being backwards, so you know when it's on or off. Once again, fix these cords, put the sucker back here. I like to put it directly in the middle as much as you can, so that way it equally heats up the tank around the whole frame. Okay, ghost wood, put it like that. I like it as a middle piece. Oh, where am I going? There. And then just dry the hair off real quick on here. This is the wave maker. See that magnet? This part goes into the back. Just be careful when you're putting it on. So you're doing it too hard. Carefully slide her on. Twist as you go with it. Okay, I'm going to put this piece in. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. Some new scenery going. I'm going to put it on this side this time. Let's see, do I want it like that? I want it like that so it can show up the leaves more. So you can kind of change it. View. I'm going to wash this little one real quick so I can get the build off. Really quickly. Okay. Air bubblers there. Okay. Put this rock. I don't know. I don't want to switch it up. I don't know yet. This is the fun part where you're like mess with how you want the visual scenery and stuff. Dig that in the sand. Don't want this to get in the way of the wave maker is my thing. Just do it like right here, just a little bit more. It's not so much there. When the wave maker's going, it will give it like a cool wind look, you know, when it's blowing in the wind, like a windy tree. Let's see how it looks. If anything, I'll just move it. Okay, so digging that little piece under so it doesn't raise back up. And this is like an extra separate little thermometer that I have on purpose, so that way I already have the thermometer here that's on the top of the tank, and then I have one that's on the opposite side of the tank so I know it reads accurate. Put that near the bottom over here so you know the water's good. No, we're off right here. I'll put the block right there. Okay, now here's the fun part. We get to start filling it up. So, oh wait, I need my bamboo. I'll put it in as the water's filling up, but I'm gonna rinse these off, and then we're gonna put the bamboo in after the water's filled up just a little bit more, so I know when it's like floating in, it's good. But I'm gonna actually trim these because they are super long versus when I first got the plant. This one has grown drastically, like it's crazy long. So I'm gonna trim these. No, it will not affect the plant. Should be okay from my research. We've got little Caesars. Should be okay. But it just is so crazy long. Alright. Just rinse that real good. I'm just rinsing the leaves off delicately and rubbing it with my thumb real quick. Sorry I can't take you guys this time. It's just kind of hard to keep going back and forth. Just trying to hurry now. Oh, it's getting late. Almost done. A little bit more of those leaves. Almost done. Sorry, people. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to start filling up the tank. Tis time to start filling the tank up, and we should be good. Is it still going? Yeah, I just wanted to check. Okay, we're good. All right, so now that's where the magic happens. I'm going to start filling her up. Just got to re-add my bamboo once the water starts filling up a little bit more, so it's easier just to place with it floating in. Oh no, you fell. Sorry. Stupid thing likes to do this. Okay. Oh, sorry, I got some comments. You should have a career in TV. I don't have fish, not getting fish yet. I just spent an hour watching you. You're mesmerizing. Knock him out, champ. Gotta go. Aw, thank you. Appreciate you. Love it. Okay, let me see. I like the cabinet. Thank you. Yes, he does have a little wave pool. Do you wait a day or two before placing Oscar back into the aquarium? I wait up to 4 hours is what I like, but you can do 2 to 3. And because it's getting late, it's 5:50 over here right now where I'm at. I will give it I'll probably give it about 3.5 hours, and then I'll put him back in the aquarium once I get this water filled up. And then I acclimate him after it's cycled, and then I put him in the tank. Thank you. You know what, honestly, I'm not too professional about other plants that I'm not familiar with yet. I know duckweed is a really good option for plants. I don't know about a water lily. Yeah, the only live plants that I've tried is anubias and these live bamboo so far, and duckweed in my past. Other than that, I'm not sure about water lily. I do research on Google, or if you have a Facebook, I'd recommend joining some groups with people that have plants in live aquariums, and then try to ask a question there. And then you'll see with other people's experiences and then what they say. That's a good recommendation is all I could put it. Sorry, I don't have the answer for you. Okay, I'm just gonna adjust that just a little bit. Give it some space. Okay, all right, time to fill my baby up. I got to put her up. Awesome. Glad to help. All right, let me see. Sorry, y'all, getting a boob shot real quick, but not that I have any. Okay, I'm gonna start filling her up real quick. Now I got the water flowing from my sink into here, so that way it's going ahead and making sure that it's easier than carrying buckets, as I mentioned more before. I have my bamboo, it's dripping on my floor. I'll clean it later, it's fine. I basically petted the leaves very gently from the algae that was growing on here and just rinsed it under the water. Of course, like coldish water, cold, lukish, warm, whatever you want to say water. So just not hot, not too cold, but you know, just enough to clean it. So now it's all fresh again. And I trimmed the roots. I feel bad doing it, but doing some research, it said it was fine. Those roots thrived really good in this gravel. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead, once this starts to fill up, I'm putting my bamboo the way I had it before because I like the look in the middle. I switched these plants around just to kind of give it a different type of scenery this time. So you can see that's starting to fill up. Put those right there for now. Sure that won't get loose. Also be leaking out the side. Okay, it's good. Do I want to add my skeleton? But then I'm like, nah, but this is one of the decorations that I have. I'm just not in the mood to add him. He's cool, but it's just, it's like when you get sick of TV or a certain show for so long, you kind of just get sick of looking at it. I don't want to add it this time. Sorry. No. It'd be cool though. I just need to purchase some new decorations so I could feel better about myself, but I just haven't gotten any or haven't, so here we are. I'm just trying to grab my phone charger. So I can really die. On me again. If anybody's wondering that's in the live now that didn't see it before, this is his diet. This is what I love to give him. He eats a lot more. He likes apples and carrots. Carrots aren't his favorite. He'll eat them, but apples he's obsessed with. And I give him these as well. He's snacked on some almonds before too. He likes nuts. He gets to sit out the round. Okay, I gotta put you guys back on the phone charger because, yeah, this phone's gonna be dying. I don't want it to die. I really hate this phone charger, man. It is so picky. Yeah, he loves the dried shrimp, the freeze-dried shrimp. They stink. You just can't keep them in your freaking place for too long. Like, they are nasty. Like, how they smell. Like, they smell so salty. Like, so anyway. Yeah, this is setting up. Cool. Whoops. Click out of it. Whoops. Okay. So it's filling up. Definitely. Yeah, it's very pungent. Very. I can't handle the smell, man. I really can't. Okay. We're going somewhere. It's charging. I just don't want you guys to die, and it needs to balance. Like, hold on, I gotta do this again. See if I can balance you guys back on the bowl so it can continue to charge at the same time again. There we go. That's a better angle. I know it's kind of far and a little awkward, but you could see it filling up. From if I missed some algae, I'm just gonna. Where is it? Gotta come back and scrub a little bit more because I missed some. Kind of hard to tell sometimes, you know? Just go through and get the bottom. I need to get one of those glass cleaners that's like magnetic and you just go like this. I just haven't yet. Just doing it the old-fashioned way. The bottom is a pain in the ass. So as this is filling up, I'm going to check my comments real quick on my other live. Just in case I'm not ignoring you. When are you going to set up your saltwater tank? Ha ha ha. Not till I get a house. I'm in an apartment right now. But I'm hoping one day I really want some puffer fish. I want a moray eel and an octopus, like a little baby octopus. So saltwater is more expensive and harder to work with than freshwater, honestly. But that's going to be years down the line if I'm going to get saltwater fish in the future. Just not anytime soon right now. I'm going to stick with my freshwater Oscar. He's pretty cool. So when you put live plants in, you're going to stand it up right. Very good sucker. So it squeeze in real good. Ooh, that water's kind of warm. I'm going to go put it on a little colder. Hold on. I need to get a temperature thing for my sink so it boosts the temperature of the water before you start to put it in, because my hands do a good job, but it would still be nice to know the exact accurateness of it, you know? I might have to put this back. I'll have it in the same spots. This being by the wave maker, I don't know if it's a good idea, but let's test the strategy to see how it moves. Okay. Trying to make it even. Yes, yes they are. Aquariums are so therapeutic, honestly. It is everything to me. Like, if I can make my thing look nice and then it makes me feel good about it, it just helps so much. I love them. And fish keepers, you don't even always have to be a fish keeper to understand. You just have to be the person to understand like how it makes you feel in the moment. But yeah, this is my therapy. Like honestly, I love it so much. I wouldn't change it for anything in the world. I've always been a fish person ever since I was a kid. Still am when it comes to fish. When I talk about them, I get so excited. My hair in there. Take that out. Don't want a piece of my hair in there. We shall see. Make that cooler again. This temperature thing drives me nuts. La 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 la. Stabilize. The decorations for a minute. Look the way I want. Okay. Great. I think that's all right. Yeah. Fish stuff happened. Fish stuff. I'll do that. Gonna put this in the sink. spoon, and this spoon is to measure your salt, okay? It's important to do your measurements correctly. You don't want to do too much, you don't want to do too little. I mean, a little over is not too bad, but it's just, you know what I mean, just don't do it over. This is my next thing when I get ready to put my stuff in for my tank. And this is what's going to make it so I have salt in the tank for my freshwater guy. Sorry, y'all, I started joking. Still choking. Y'all, dying over here. So I take this, the Arrowhead bottle, and some people like to put their salt straight in the tank. I don't do that. I like to mix it and dissolve it before I put it in, not just, oh, when you put it in and then let it dissolve on its own. I'll put all my chemicals mixed together in that area, so that way it's easier to mix your salt. What do I do with that bowl? So I'm not spilling any salt. Okay. Little container. So I'll measure it. Okay, I'm going to measure this in the salt. I'll just put it on the chair so it's easier for everybody to see. This is like the hard part of making sure everybody can see. Hold on. This is my little hack that I came up with, because I like it when you could be able to get the salt dissolved and whatnot. Let's see what, oh, this part is like hard to adjust. Just need to get another freaking tripod, y'all. Until we do. Okay, that's good. I can balance y'all right there. So I could show you how I put the water in, or make it where the water is safe and healthy for my fish. This is what you would do. Take your aquarium salt. Okay. I like my Arrowhead bottle. It's easier to grip. It's easy to shake. Hold on. And you need your permissibility. Hot water's. I like the temperature, so your prime and your stability. This is good stuff when you're doing your fish tank. This is a tablespoon, so you're measuring your salt right. Now I have this written down. No matter how many times I can do something, numbers, dyscalculia is like the worst for me. I don't know if y'all can agree, but that's definitely me. Hold on. Aquariums are therapeutic. That tripod is not playing. I'm sorry, I know it sucks. I need to get another tripod, but hopefully this is okay, that you can see how I'm doing this. So I wrote on my paper that I have, So that way I know the measurements for my tank specifically. I feel like this would help any fish keeper, anybody in general when it comes to certain things. Write it down. Write the measurements of whatever you need down so you know for the size dimensions of your tank what to add for the product for your tank. Now, I have a 75-gallon fish tank. Oh, I also use this syringe. So when I'm doing my measurements, it works so heavenly. Like, it is awesome. Just gotta keep an eye on watching that. Make a cheat sheet. Yeah, this is my cheat sheet. So I have everything wrote down already in advance. So when it comes to your salt, when you do the dimensions with it, for your API aquarium salt, you add 15 of these tablespoons. So I know the amount. Now what I normally do, you can use a funnel. I wish it had like a bigger deal, but put that in there, put that in there so your salt ain't spilling out every other place. There's still a risk of it bouncing. But you get your funnel, you do this, get your measurements. Now we're gonna count to 15 and do these. If some salt spills, it's okay. 1. If you don't want to do it with the funnel, because I normally don't, I usually just do it like this. Okay, I'll take my hand and cup the top of it, and then 2. See how much faster that is? I don't use the funnel. I was just showing you since I had. 3. Some salt spills, not a huge deal, y'all. 4. So, anyway, you get the point. 5. 10 more. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 5 more. 11. Just gonna try like this. 12. 13. You could do this another way, just like getting a huge measurement cup, but I just don't. 14. 15. Okay, that's 15 because what it says on here, if you read the instructions, add 1 rounded tablespoon for every 5 gallons. So 5 times that, 15 basically, you know what I mean? 5 times 15, 75. Okay, so there's a lot of salt that I'm going to go ahead and I like to put warm water in here. Not like super, super hot, but warm water to help dissolve this salt faster. And then I'll add the cool water with it, and then I'll mix the prime and seek stability and all that. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to put some warm water in here real fast. This is like warm water, like hot mixed with warmish water. It's not like boiling hot, but warm enough. Let's see if I got any comments. Tripod, make a cheat. Okay, we're good. Just making sure so I'm not ignoring anybody. Okay, take your salt. It's just the salt with the water. I like to just dissolve it. Take some shakes, you know. Go ahead and dissolve it. Hold it like that. Hold it like this. However you want. Shake that shit like your mama gave it to you. Just kidding. So this like helps dissolve the salt faster and more easier. Get some air. Just keep dissolving that. I like to make sure it's like, it's not 100% dissolved like we usually do, but I'm kind of trying to hurry over the slide, to be honest. Make it so it's at least dissolved as much as you can. So it's not just hard rocks everywhere. The tank is filling up nicely. So as we keep dissolving this salt and it's close to being good, I'm going to add cooler water so it stays cooled down. And then that's when I go in with my prime and stability and I mix this together as well. Once that salt is dissolved. Pretty foggy because of all the salt, but normal when there's that much salt. 15 tablespoons. God damn. All right. Okay. I'm going to go add some cooled down water so it's not too warm. All right. So this is the result. I just filled it up with cooler water. And now I'm just going ahead and just mixing that all together too, just like this. And then this is where I go. This is just the salt alone right now, right? This is just the salt. So now that I got that nice and mixed up, it's basically all dissolved, right? Water's kind of colored because of how much salt's in there, but you know, it's just how it is. This is where I take my, oh, hold on, I forgot my little cup because it's easier that way. Take like a small container. I got this from Little Caesars from the sauce. Just use something similar. That's like a tiny little cup or whatever, right? And oh, you know what? Actually, hold on. No, I don't know anything. You could use that, or it's getting close to filling up, so I gotta be quick on this. Use like a little cup like this, okay? And go ahead, you know, give it a good shake. Wake that bacteria up. Good morning. Just kidding. So, on my cheat sheet that I have written down for myself so I can remember the measurements because I never will. This is so you want to do 3.75 milliliters times 5 milliliters, which is 18.75 milliliters. Daily for the next 7 days. So you want to put this in for 7 days straight, okay? And it's 18.75 milliliters for 7 days. Just a week, and then you're good. So we're going to do Well, this is a brand new one because my last one is like out. I'm gonna have to open this one. Give me just a second. Okay, so just to make it easier, I just pour it in here, little cup. It's like a clear liquid. Okay, then this is 10 milliliters. It goes up to 10. So we're gonna count 10 and 8.75. So equal 18.75. So there's 10 milliliters. I'm gonna add that to this here. Now 8.75. Okay, right there, 8.75. So now we have 18.75 milliliters of the stability, which is required for 75 gallons. Now for your prime, the dechlorinator, so your tap water is then considered safe after adding this. Your prime is 7.5 milliliters for a full water change. Now if you're doing less, like 40 or whatever, then that's how you do your measurements different. I've done a full water change, so I know it's 7.5 milliliters, okay? So, okay, there we go, 7.5 milliliters. We're adding that in there. Gotta hurry, my phone's gonna die. Just gonna add that back in there, it's fine. Okay, so now that water, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a good shake. This is everything that I put in my fish tank. This is how I've always done it. Query. Thank you, try my best. So just give that a good shake and you're mixing all that good bacteria and then that dechlorinator into your water. All right, that's how you do it. I'm just gonna put my stuff back real quick. Put my items, tools away so it's just easier for me to remember where they're at. Clean as you go is what I always say. So anyway, just have my little stuff, measurement cups and all that there, so that way it's just safe in there. I'm just gonna press that. It's fine. So it's almost done getting filled up. Just gonna clean as I go real quick. I want to do this later. Y'all know what I mean. I'll be back. I'm going to turn the water off real fast so I don't do too much. Yeah. I just turned it off. Now that you can see it off. Okay. Stir that up nice. This is where I go through and I add it in the water. This is going to make it so my water is now considered safe for my fish. I like just to kind of spread it until then I start the filter. Okay. Spread it nice. Okay. I turn that water back on so it can fill to the very top. Okay. I'll rinse this out. Okay, so I put more water in here so I can rinse all the good juices out, the remaining that was left on here. This I turned back on so I could make sure it's filling up to the very top. We're gonna get ready to prime our filter after this is filled up. which means again filling up the canister so that way the water goes throughout those tubes there, comes in, and then I'll start to filter and turn on. Let me get this out of the way. So I can use essential little salt, it's not fun. Just enough for it's not really getting that remaining salt. I've not wasted any goodies. Well, that one didn't dissolve all the way. It's fine. I really normally don't do it that way, but just so I can hurry. Kind of looks pretty. It looks like Christmas. All right, I'm gonna turn this off because it's about where I want it. Oh, just a little more, actually. Just a little bit more. Just give me a second. Almost there. Okay. Right about there. So, I'm going to take this out. So you don't want to turn the sink back on to drain because or else it'll just start to take the water out from your tank. It's kind of like a weird draining process. So this little button latch here will help with that. Get it? Hold on. This stone thing is the one thing I don't like about this, but just little latch there. And then it comes up. So this is so full of water. I've got to drain it in the sink, so we gotta do this handle. Sorry, one sec, y'all. It's kind of operating right now. And I'm draining it in my sink. The remainings of the water that's from the tube. Oops, gotta move this. Shit, I don't want this phone to die. It's going to. I need to put it back on the charger. Okay, we're good. Logan. It'll be neat to see Oscar back in the wave pool. Water fountain be like. Literally. Literally. Okay, I'll be right back. I just gotta drain this water into the sink real quick. I'm right behind y'all. Just gotta get this shit in. Clean it up. Drain the rest of this tube. Just stay in there. Oh my, the Jeep. Spread that over. Make sure I'm draining it all. Make sure I don't leave extra water to get in there. Okay. Almost done. Okay. So now, to prime the filter, is what we need to do. We need to turn the filter on. This phone, I'm just so sad because this one's about to die, and I need it to be balanced on the thing. So, how can I do this? I don't have my other extension cord. I don't know what I do with it. I wish this was like a plug-in one too from like afar, but it really ain't. Kind of sucks that way, but you know, it's gotta work with what we got. Okay, How many percent am I at? I'm at 9. Okay, I'm at 9% on this phone, so we'll try our best to hurry with priming this filter. So, gonna prime the filter now. As you can see, the water's nice and full. To prime, you're not gonna turn it on just yet. You're going to lift this little handle that's right here, and you're gonna let it stay up. This is like the hard part. Hold on. There we go. So to prime your filter, which means again fill it up, lift this baby up. You gotta keep her up. That will start to release the pressure from the air, and it goes into the tubing of the bubbles. And you know what? I think I put it in first. This is the part that I always forget. That's the bubbler. I turn the bubbler on. Remember, it's been a minute. This is the part that I was confused on. I pumped it a couple of times. Like that bubble. Gotta suck it. Don't want to like turn this on yet first. This is like the hardest part, I swear to God. When you're priming the filter, I can't remember, it's like a little process where you like put it in and don't put it in. You just want to keep sucking it. Clear the water. And now I work it to pump it. Suck it up. Come on. So I needed it up. Gotta work that air bubble out. That's what I'm doing right now. You just gotta keep pumping it. It sucks up through that part right there. You'll know like once it's starting to prime more, where you shouldn't have to keep pumping it. It's like my biggest struggle with this filter. It's hard for pain in the butt. Yeah, I need to figure this part out. Oh my God, it's been so long. Not that long, but. Oh, push that bubble out. Anyway, I might have to like cut this live short because I gotta figure this part out and my phone's gonna die anyway. But I'm going to get back to y'all after I get this on. And once this starts to get pumping and whatnot, and then setting this filter on. And then yeah, I'll touch base from there. So I'll see y'all later. Thanks for staying tuned. Hold on.